Welcome, everybody, to episode 297 of The China Show, The Real China Show.
We're almost at 300. It's
Little-
kind of crazy. Because we're not like one of those shows that has like a daily show.
No.
So 300 shows is a lot.
Yeah, once
It's 300
a week.
weeks.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a long time. Anyway.
It's years.
It is. We
Yeah.
have an important show today. We all know something big went down in Venezuela.
Yeah.
But it has massive implications for China.
Yeah, so...
More than you know.
Absolutely. I do want to say this, and it's not to... I do want to hype you up, but I do also want to say that there is so much stuff that we have seen slip through the cracks in regards to how insanely impactful this was to China.
Yes.
Number two, how much people have missed in terms of how much China has been promoting their defense of Venezuela, as well as the U.S.'s imminent failure if they ever try anything.
Yeah.
And it's having current right now, like to the minute, breaking updates in China about how they're dealing with it.
Yeah.
The response is crazy.
So we've got that, but we've got a full show.
Yeah,
so there's a
for
lot to talk about before we get into the whole Venezuela stuff.
I do want to ask one more favor.
Yeah.
If you have it in your heart, pop this off, this link on your social media. So if you have X or what is it, Facebook, what are other social medias?
Instagram.
There. Pop this link and get this out, because this is going to be one for people that want to pay attention to this Venezuela and China situation, but they really, really want to know what's really actually happening. This is very important. And also hit the thumbs up button if you can.
Thank you. All right. So let's get into it. Saunter right into it with what's new. And we've got a couple of funnies for you here.
Oh.
Yeah. Start out with some things.
That's one of those like electric machines. Come on. I can see your teeth under those dentures.
Yeah. You know, the thing is, this dude's just lying on the road. My wife got one of those, actually, those like electric massage type
Thames
things.
machines, yeah.
And she's like, try this out. It's terrible.
It's so bad, isn't it?
It's really bad. You
Yeah.
turn, it's like, turn that off, you know? It's
Well, you
just-
shouldn't shock yourself.
Yeah, exactly. It's really bad.
My wife's grandma, she got scammed. You know, like there's so many scams in China.
Yeah, for sure.
She was walking down the street to buy apples from like the market that gets sort of like old apples or whatever.
Sure.
And this guy was selling these electric pulse chairs, kind of like what you just mentioned.
Yeah.
But it like comes through the chair.
Okay.
But it's like the dude probably made it, right?
Yeah.
And it was thousands of RMB. And he's like, this is gonna make you young again. Of course,
Yeah.
like an old uneducated lady's gonna be like, oh, I
Sure.
can't wait to be young again. She was literally shocking the hell out of herself, and like family members would touch her and they're like and she was like, this is gonna make me young again. It was like high voltage.
The dude probably just wired it straight up to the plug. You plug it in, you know? Yeah.
You know, probably.
Yeah.
Anyway, this guy is driving by and he goes, oh, you're working today? And he's like, yeah. I don't know why. What is he doing?
You're off work? He's like, yeah. Oh, okay, cool. He's trying to wave it down. Oh, dude.
He triggers my gag response.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like puke protester.
Oh, you do? Yeah, where is that guy? Here, he's all the way here. Yeah, indeed. All right, so what do we...
You ever sniff something up and it goes down your throat?
Sure.
It sucks. doesn't
Things
it?
happen to everyone. Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah.
So this guy's sleeping. This is quite common. Like, you know, at hairdresser, this
Yeah.
guy's a
Got
hairdresser.
nothing to do.
You got nothing to do. And napping is just China's national sport. People are just always sleeping. Doesn't matter where you go. Like during lunchtime, it's quite bizarre. You'll go into a shopping mall or into a fancy restaurant. There'll be people sleeping on the table in the restaurant.
Yes.
If you go into an office during lunchtime, people are sleeping at their desks or even under the desk. So they have a pull-out like bed.
Can you sleep in places that are not your bed?
No,
I
it's
can't.
especially not out in public.
No.
You know?
No.
But it's quite common.
Yeah.
They have a siesta like pretty much every day. Like during lunchtime, you get a 2-hour lunch break. And unless, of course, you're like a factory worker or something, then you get like 0 breaks. But, you know, most office workers and stuff,
Yeah.
they get about a 2-hour lunch break. So they normally spend about 20 minutes on eating something and then the rest is sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so this guy's doing that.
That makes extra sense.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
It was the song.
Yeah, the music had
Hey.
hey,
And
and
he's
the
like,
song's like, whoa, hey,
his
what's going on?
customers
Yeah. All right. How?
How does he not notice?
I don't know. He's got a thick skull, obviously. This guy's he's a prisoner of his own making.
I was about to say he's trying to like cut it in half. He's like, this is my area of the.
He's trying to take it up in the elevator. Yeah, look, he's stuck, and now.
Oh, the door won't open.
Yeah. Now he's stuck in there. The door won't open because it's up against the door.
It's smushed.
So now he's just stuck in there. He can't do anything.
Look at the time.
It's just going by.
He's still there.
Yeah, he is. So last time we showed somebody like fishing for coins inside of a lake. This time, this is a Buddhist statue, and for good luck, people throw money up onto the Buddhist statue.
Yeah.
But these particular tourists are like, well, you know,
这明显偷钱啊
if it's there, may as well take it.
That's got to get you negative karma,
Dude,
right?
if
they believe that.
if you believe in any kind
Yeah.
of like traditional religion or stuff, whatever, this is bad.
Yeah.
You know, but no, they don't. There's no religion for these people.
Oh yeah, most of China's atheist, right?
Yeah.
So just keep that in mind. I think a lot of people think China's like this. They have like ancient religions or something. Because you think of China, it's like an ancient country, right? It's really the opposite. It's very Soviet.
Yeah, you've been brainwashed by Hollywood and so on.
Temples, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
the whole temples. If you go to Taiwan, you'll see temples and you'll see those dragons and all the beautiful artwork. In China, that was all like wiped out during the Cultural Revolution and Great Leap Forward. So you just don't find that. And you have to be atheist. The Chinese Communist Party is atheist, and if you want to be a part of the CCP, you can't practice religion.
No.
And you'll find out later on they really hate religion in China.
Yeah.
So there is no religion. So money has become religion in China, unfortunately.
Yes.
This is hilarious. Okay. This is so funny. Guys,
Go a little first. So people-
okay. Take a look at what's happening here. It's creepy, right?
It's like a electronics store.
Yeah, there's a bunch of like aunties and uncles basically walking around in a circle.
Okay.
Now, what happens in China is shops will hire people to make their shop look busy.
Yeah.
This is very, very common.
Yeah.
And it's like pretty much all shops do it, especially if you've got like, I don't know, a milk tea place or a cake shop or
shop,
something. They're like, we need customers. So what they do is they'll pay basically extras. They'll like pay 50 or 60 people to line up and pretend like they're coming to buy. But what they do is they come in and they'll give them something, but they also give them money. And then they like circle back and do it again.
Like a little bit later.
Yeah. Obviously, they mix it up.
Yeah.
Because what happens in China is when you're walking around in public and you want to go to a restaurant, there'll be like 5 restaurants. And you're like, which one should we choose? And you see the one with the line. Everybody says, that must be the best one. That's where we're going.
Another little thing about that is those 5 restaurants will all be the same thing.
Yes.
Like in China or in Asia in general, you'll go to a place and there will be 10 crab restaurants next to each other, like connected.
Or 10 hot pot
Yeah,
restaurants.
and it's like, how do you choose? Well, you choose based on the line.
Yeah, it's like that one's more now, as they say. It's more like jovial. So that's the one we want. So it's a very effective marketing technique.
It is.
But they didn't pull it off properly here because they paid this bunch of like old uncles and aunties, and they obviously told them, you know, come into the store and like pretend you're like looking at stuff, go out and then come back in again later.
It's like what is that, ants' death march?
Yeah.
Like when they follow the hormones or whatever.
The pheromones. Yeah,
the pheromones. So they actually have to follow each other, and they follow until that's what it looks like. They're gonna
Dude.
die.
So, you know, people on the Chinese internet were posting this and saying like, this is ridiculous. It's so creepy. Because, you know, it's trying to make the shop look busy, but all it does is it looks
like a
weird.
funeral dirge.
Yeah, it's like, what's going on?
They should play like funeral music.
They just like, they come into the shop, they walk out, they come back in. It's just like, that's not going to make me want to buy something there.
pretty funny.
It's super hilarious. Yeah.
Death
Oh, well.
Spiral. That's what it's
Yeah,
called,
Death Spiral, yeah.
This is Pandas in the Wrong Place.
Oh, yeah, I should get us out of there so you can see the title.
So we found a couple clips of Pandas in the Wrong Place. Can we have a look?
Yes.
So this panda here is at a funeral.
Dude,
This is a funeral.
it's a funeral. Yeah, you can see that.
Dancing to Chinese techno. Let me
That's-
just pause to examine that. Do you think, and I want to ask you, Jen, you've been to funerals, right?
Sure.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Do you think the dead appreciate an inflatable panda dancing to absolute tinny, destroying your eardrum Chinese techno?
No, unless that person in life was like a mascot or something. You know what I mean?
That's what they love to do.
Yeah. Or they had this like love of that. Maybe they went to like panda discos or something.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It was very specific.
It's
right?
very inappropriate.
The funeral. Right?
Yeah, but there's another one.
Did he have a stroke?
we showed this on Xiaobanhou on
our
Monday, so
patrons,
we
yeah.
had to show it to you guys.
Yeah.
Because it's the most China scene you'll ever see.
Yes.
So what's happened is there's a shop behind there. They've had a grand opening, and when they have grand openings, they usually have fireworks,
make a
firecrackers. Yeah, they make a huge mess. They put out those bouquets of flowers, and they get some kind of entertainment. In this case, a dancing panda.
Yes.
But now look at the foreground. You've got two uncles. And what they're doing is they're fighting over the leftover cardboard boxes from the fireworks.
Because they need that 1 cent.
Yeah, because what you can do is you can take that and, you spray a little water on it to weigh it down a little bit. And you take it to the recycle place, and they'll like measure it and say like, here's your 20.2 cents.
Yeah.
Because they recycle it for money, right? But it's just the most bizarre China scene ever. Take a look. And that panda.
It's so China.
Yeah, it really is. He's like headbanging. Yeah.
So this is a fire hose, but it's like built in. It's like an automated thing inside of a mall.
Yep.
And it just glitched out, and it just started pelting people with water in the mall.
Pretty funny.
Shows you some of the build quality of some of the electronics there in China.
Oh, for sure.
There were people there.
Yes.
Like, what the heck?
It's kind of funny. Yeah, it's good that they have that, though.
Yeah, it looks very limited, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm
it's
sure
like,
there's
I hope
more than
the
one.
fire's not over there.
Yeah, sure. I'm sure there's a couple of them.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
I would hope so. But we do have a very funny, actually it's not that funny, it's a very kind of sad follow-up to the whole boom in styrofoam buildings.
Yes.
Which you'll see in a second. We showed you guys that they're making tons of buildings out of styrofoam.
Yes.
And it's become a huge scandal.
Yeah, I mean, not only that, it's just when they have to produce something for real estate sales, that's what it's all about, is taking people's investment money, is they need to put something up that looks good.
Yeah.
So, for instance, this entrance to this place has these pillars, which, as you can see, are entirely made of styrofoam. And the walls behind it, too. See, it's still brand new. There's still plastic on the door. And obviously there's a problem, so now they're knocking it down. But if you were to just take a glance at that, it looks like they're granite pillars because they've got that texture on the outside. Yeah. It looks like it's solid, but it's actually made of styrofoam.
Isn't it kind of important to think about those like drone shots of Chinese cities at night with all those lights on them? And they become wildly less impressive, number one, if you see them in the day with the pollution everywhere. And it's actually, there's rust on the bars.
Yeah, it's cracks in the walls and stuff, yeah.
And then it also becomes wildly less impressive when you realize that a lot of the stuff's made of freaking styrofoam. Yeah,
exactly.
I also could build a city overnight if I had freaking Legos.
It's like building a little model city.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a prop for a movie or something.
Mache.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like Star Wars set.
But I mean, again, if you take a look, if you didn't know this was styrofoam, because now you can see it actually being knocked out, you would think, oh, look, it's a nice, solid, granite pillar or whatever, and it's got a little bit of, whatever you call that stuff, buttressing or whatever that I don't know, thing down the middle, some decoration, that thing. Somebody will tell me that I've got everything completely wrong, but that brown line.
The brown line.
Yeah, it's got a brown line. Look, it's got marble steps.
Yeah.
So, that's the thing. You're like, wow, China's construction's great. It's all shiny and new. It's just the facade, dude. It's shortcuts and facades. It looks horrible.
It is. Like kids in America at Halloween or whatever, egg houses or whatever, throw toilet paper on trees.
Yeah.
In China, the kids should run around with acetone, like nail polish remover.
Yeah, just throw it on, the whole thing melts, dude.
Let's go melt some buildings.
Yeah, it's really bad. But this is also really bad. Okay, so Zhuangxiu, which is the bane of my existence when I was living in China, is when they remodel a house. And it doesn't matter if you buy an apartment from somebody and they've beautifully decorated it and it's got the nicest tile floors and the nicest walls, you knock all that stuff out. Because in China, they believe if you don't knock out and start fresh, you're taking on the other person's bad luck.
Yeah, so everyone's got to redo it.
Yeah, so they bring in these jackhammers to jackhammer all the tiles out, and they hitting things, smashing. It's terrible. It's horrible.
Oh.
Yeah, if you've lived in China, you'll know. Anyway, this particular owner who's just bought this apartment wanted a better view out of his balcony.
Look the view.
So he's like, we don't want that pillar in our way. And so the construction guy's just knocking the freaking pillar down. Dude, this is on the 6th floor of like a 20-something floor building, and they're just knocking that out. Look. It's definitely a bad idea. I mean, you can see the rebar, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you can see how it goes from floor to floor. It's got that. It's like a supporting pillar that goes all the way down. No, let's just knock it out so I can get a view. Yeah, not a good idea. I'll tell you that much.
That pesky pillar.
Look how many floors are above them. Look, so that whole building. So all the way down there, they're knocking out that like.
do you not get the feeling the conversation was like a tantrum? That like either the wife or the husband's like, I don't want that pillar in the way, and let's just pretend it's the let's pretend and let's be PC.
Yeah,
because the husband said that.
Okay, yeah.
And then the wife's like, honey, I don't think we should take that pillar in. I don't want to look at it. I'm gonna take it out.
It's like, gotta knock it out. I want that view of what happened.
What are you gonna look at? What are you looking at?
Yeah, nothing. Another pillar in the other building.
Yes, he's gonna take that one out too.
We recently been covering how they've been confiscating e-bikes, just to show you the scale. They just loading these things up so much, and the problem is they just steal them.
Yeah,
they just take them from the side of the road. Like if you've parked your e-bike and you go into a shop, you come out, it's gone.
It's gone.
That's how it goes.
People are on vigilant watch for their e-bikes right now in
Yeah,
China.
it's
Just
insane.
people using them for a living.
Yeah,
trying to make a living.
Yeah, stealing them. Yeah, this happened in Shanghai on the 5th. Couple days ago, guy coming down the escalator, as you can see here, had a bit of a fiery, spicy thing happen in his pocket because his Chinese power bank, Dianbao, decided to explode.
In a spicy pocket.
Yeah, spicy like a hot pocket, you know?
With a hot pocket.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
So, bam.
Hot pocket. And lean pockets too.
Yes. Yeah, everyone's like running for their lives because this guy's hot pocket. Luckily, he didn't get injured. I'm surprised.
I know.
You saw that
dude,
flame.
He definitely got it off in time, right?
Yeah. But, you know, especially that melty plastic jacket thing he's wearing, I'm surprised it didn't go up in flames.
I know.
And, like, melt to him.
That looks like a death trap.
So bad.
You got new skin at that point.
He is so lucky.
Yes.
He is so lucky. Again, just a reminder, if you've got some kind of cheap Chinese lithium-ion battery, device in your house, get it out if you can.
Actually, yeah, a good thing to do is check that consumer. What is it? That consumer product
Protection,
website protection from the U.S. government.
Yeah.
And they actually put a lot of these specific brands. You can check your model. Which what is it called? Power bank that you have, and you'll see if they've been recalled for fires and stuff.
So about 3 weeks ago, I think it was, there was a pretty big house fire in Australia, and luckily the neighbors helped like smash windows and get people out, but everyone survived, but barely.
Wow.
And it was a Chinese e-scooter.
Was it
that they were
Those
charging?
are
They were charging in the house.
Scary.
I did a whole video about this,
Yeah.
and the thing is, people don't take it seriously, and I understand why. You're like, statistically, it's not going to happen, or it's not a big deal, but you're taking a massive risk by keeping, especially like a cheap, off-brand, weird Chinese hoverboard or e-scooter,
like one that doesn't rely on reputation.
Yeah.
because it's called like
Xianglong
8.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever.
X12 Peng Y.
Yeah,
you know, that type of thing.
exactly.
Just get that thing out of your house.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying is
Yeah.
because they're not safe. And there's ample proof. Yeah, look
去年
at
买
that.
的荣耀200，
This is a different one, by the way.
充电的时候呢，里边着火了电池。售后呢，让寄到售后去看一下，售后说呢不属于质量问题，让他出个鉴定报告呢。他说
Yeah. Just another big fire happened in Guangxi, sorry.
That's where the dog meat festival is.
Yeah.
Revenge for the dogs.
Yeah, exactly. That still happens every year.
Yep, I filmed a documentary about it. Long story. So this is hilarious.
Yeah, do you want to explain?
So in Guangzhou, there was there's an incident where they made a sandstorm.
Yes.
But there are no sandstorms in Guangzhou.
Yes.
It's a very moist, humid city.
Yes.
But what happened was there's this construction people that didn't want to work.
Yeah, because like under certain like
Chinese law,
sandstorm
yeah.
conditions, you can't work.
Yeah, so in Chinese law, there are a lot of sandstorms up in Beijing, not down
Yes.
south of Guangzhou. So you have this nationwide law
Yeah.
where they're like, if there's a sandstorm, you don't have to work. So they made their own.
Yeah, take a look. It's hilarious. I love it. I mean, props to them. I mean, they're like,
It's very fun.
so they throw rubble down in front of a massive, powerful fan, as you can see there, right? To create like a sandstorm, but it actually went around like just laying dust on everything.
yeah, I
you
mean,
know,
it's
like
bad.
everyone's cars are being like completely just like, come on, dude.
Dude, is that not the best example of like, I don't want to go to school and
Yeah.
fake sickness?
I mean, if you could make it snow to have a snow day,
Dude.
you know, Yeah.
Dude, why is Darude not playing?
Dude, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That was a rude sandstorm.
Yeah, absolutely. It's
Very
hilarious.
funny though. It's now they're investigating and taking it very
Well, it's
seriously.
because somebody filmed them actually making the sandstorm, which you would understand, right?
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Okay.
Before we get into that, I do have to implore everyone here. I feel like my southern accent gets worse every time.
Yeah, I just don't know how to do that.
You
Just
don't
say
have to-
y'all a lot, I think.
Y'all, yeah, because I can't. I'm okay at like fake accents. I'm not very good at this southern one.
Sure, yeah.
But y'all better line up, pony on up, because it's free. Pony up requires money. This requires nothing. All you have to do is click the like button. We're gonna try to hit a 4,000 like goal today. I feel like this is when you pretend to do an American accent. This is what you do.
That?
Yes.
Actually, I don't know how I would do. Like, how would I even do an American accent? Yeah, I
You
don't
do it
even know.
sometimes,
I
and
do,
you
yeah.
kind of just do that.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think I'm copying you.
Maybe that's what's
Yeah.
happening.
Anyway, I'm the like farmer, and you gotta seed the feed. As you know, YouTube doesn't take too kindly to these shows that are critical of China for whatever reason.
I could just do that, like, yo, it's radical, dude.
You can do that. Yeah, you could. And you could have like a background. One of those spinny ads. I don't know why. Anyway,
Yeah, okay.
if you click the thumbs up button, it really helps us out because right now it's really difficult to get on people's feeds when you talk about this sensitive geopolitics stuff. So I'm the like farmer. I like you guys. Hope you like me, or at least our show. And click the thumbs up button. I will try to get to that 4,000 likes. Thank you very much.
Yeah, excellent. I'm glad he's gone. Dude, yeah.
He was polite today.
Yeah, he was a polite guy. I guess he was all right. All right, so let's get back to this Beyond the Great Firewall. This is where we show you what's happening behind, the Great Firewall. Usually stuff that you can't read or you can't understand.
Yeah,
we translate it for you.
Yeah.
Let's see what's going on.
I like how we explain everything every time, just in case you're new.
Yeah, and we care about the new guys too.
Hello，
So pause it super quick. This I showed you guys a tiny. It was a tiny hotel room where they had cut it in half.
Yeah, where the toilet was.
Toilet was half.
Yes.
Right? But so that was like a very cheap accommodation, and it was gross and it was dirty.
Disgusting.
This is a Hong Kong apartment, a legitimate Hong Kong apartment. Okay,
Yes.
so this is not something you'd stay one night.
Yeah, at least this doesn't have a cut in half gross
It
toilet
doesn't.
though.
It's got its own toilet. It's
Yeah.
clean. It's high class.
Yes.
But it is 3 square meters.
Dude,
It's 3.
that's like barely a person.
I know. And it has a full shower and bathroom, a bed, and like a table. Where
A bed, dude, that's a clothes drawer.
Yeah, pretty much.
Let's take a look, shall we?
香港3平米的
Welcome to Hong
家，
Kong, 3 square meter.
这个是我的一个
This is one
床
of，my beds.
平时不用的时候
One
呢
of my，
我可以把它
beds,
收
When
起
not
来
in，use, I can put it away.
这样子。
Like
那么
this.
这里呢，可以放一点化妆
Here,
品啊
you，can put a little
这里可以
makeup.
放一点书啊
some，
这样子的话
books
是
here.
没有问题啊。但是这样子会有点小
Problem with，this，
因为我这边是做了一个
a little small this
浴室
way. I made a
的，
bathroom
上厕所的时候呢，刚好也是可以容纳一个人啊，没有任何的问题啊。这是一个洗漱池。
Yes.
哦，不好意思，今天停水了。那么我们可以看一下啊，洗澡的时候呢，我们可以
Take
这
a
样子
look while，taking
也
a
是非常
shower.
的
We
方
can do
便啊。
this. It's also very convenient.
空间呢虽然不大啊，
Although
居
the
住一个人
space
是
is
没有
not
任何的问题
large,
啊。
there's no
麻雀虽
problem.
小，五脏俱全，
Although
大
the
概感觉
sparrow
怎
is
么样？
small,
80
it
万
is
在香港。
small organs. So it's 800,000.
800,000 Hong Kong dollars.
So it's like 100,000 US dollars.
By the way, there is nothing else.
There's
If you're wondering,
Yeah.
that's actually it. It's like a closet.
Yes.
You know, the dude has his little cordoned off shower over there, but
Yeah,
that's it.
It's a 30 square foot apartment. 30 square.
30 square feet. Yeah, I'm sorry, but like his bed is a clothing drawer.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like that's where you keep your socks and underwear.
Yeah, where do you actually put your clothes?
I mean, maybe that wood thing that we're seeing in the front is like a little closet, but I feel like he would show that off.
Yeah, because that would be part of it.
Yeah.
I don't think you got you know what, you wear your clothes.
That's it. Yeah, just like him.
Because there's no laundry. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
no laundry machine.
No.
Where you have to go to a coin op for
Yeah,
sure.
exactly. So you keep all your stuff outside. Who knows?
Hello.
That's
欢迎来
depressing
到
though.
我
I
香
just
港3平米的家。
I just want to look at it
这个
one
是
more
我的一
time.
个
It's just
床
insane. He's got an
平
air
时不用的时候
conditioner
呢，
up
我可以
there.
把它收起来。
Yeah, you have to. You have to. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
那么这
You're
里
right.
呢，可以放一点化妆品啊，这里可以放一点书啊， 这样子的话是没有
Where
问
do
题
you do your
但是
work
这样
and
子会有点
stuff?
小
I mean,
因为
you
我这边是
could
做了一个
have a
Sit on the
chair.
toilet?
上
You
厕
could
所
have
的
a
时候呢
folding chair.
刚好也是可以
I feel like
容纳
you
一个
just
人
sit on the
没有任
toilet
何的
and
问
have
题啊
like a
这是一个洗漱
laptop
池
on the sink.
I think I'd
不好意
spend
思
a
今
lot
天
of
停水了
time there.
那么
It
我们
looks more
可以看一下
comfortable.
啊，洗澡的时候呢，我们可以这样子
Yeah.
也是非常的方便啊。
It's $100,000.
空间呢虽然不大啊，居住一个人是没有任何
You
的问
would
题啊。
never go home.
麻雀虽小
No.
I would never go home.
Dude, you gotta sit in the park all day.
Yeah.
2025年全
Dude,
That's crazy.
by the way, this is outrageous.
This is great. We had to translate this.
Okay, so the government of China has put out this like year in review type thing, okay? And this is to do with traffic.
Yeah. Do you guys remember when I told you we'll always let you know the next step China takes to being North Korea?
Yes.
This is the next step.
Okay, so we'll read this. In all of China in 2025, the occasions where more than 3 people died in major car
全
accidents
国一次死亡3人以上较大道路交通事故同比下降。
went down by 11%. Okay, great.
So you say whatever. Let's pretend you can believe those statistics.
Yes, but it says 11% of what? Like, so instead of 3 million people dying, like, so now like 2 point something,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Anyway,
11%未发生重特
no serious or major
大道路交通
accidents
事故
occurred.
首次实现自1990
This is the first time since 1990 that such an achievement has been
年
made.
有统计记录以来，全年重
Zero major road or traffic accidents have occurred this year. In the entire country, they said 全国.
I am flabbergasted, utterly bamboozled. Mm-hmm. Was 2025 not the worst year?
Dude, okay. What was it, last week or the week before? We showed that massive tunnel that like caught fire in a truck and like countless cars burned in this tunnel. Is that not a major traffic accident?
What about in Zhuhai?
The dude rode over like killed 70 odd people driving his car over them. That's not a major traffic accident?
I'd hate to ask the Chinese government, what do you consider a major traffic accident?
Yeah.
One man ran over 80-something people.
Never mind that, but there, you know, if you've been following me on X or Twitter, which, you know, if you do, be prepared to be a little like depressed every once in a while because I tend to share like what's going on.
Sure.
But these revenge against society attacks have been happening almost on a weekly basis in China, where a dude will come and ram into a bunch of pedestrians and, you know, wipe out a whole bunch of people. Bridge collapses, freaking massive tanker that exploded on the road, and all those people. Those huge traffic jams due to these big pile-ups. What about the very high-profile Xiaomi? You
Yeah.
know, those like fake Porsche burned to death. Those people
Dude,
inside.
not to mention just the unbelievable accidents of trucks just going
Yes.
barreling down the road and hitting 10, 20 cars and they
Yes.
go off bridges and stuff.
To say that there was zero major road or traffic accidents. So if a bridge falls down, that's not a road accident.
That's a bridge accident.
It's like what the you know
What's the definition?
how can anyone trust this government if they can so with such a bold-faced lie go out there and say that there were zero road or traffic accidents in the entire country for the whole year of 2025?
So we've tracked China for a long time now, specifically like with this kind of stuff, at least for 5, 6, 7 years, right?
Yeah.
This year, the past, I should say 2025, was by far and away the most traffic accidents I've ever seen.
I mean, why do you think we have the bollard report?
Yeah, I mean, why do you think they have bollards?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I mean, the footage coming out of China doesn't lie. And you can see there's been horrific accidents. So, and major ones. There have been 2 tunnels that have caught fire this year, like where everything burns inside the tunnel.
Yeah, because
There's
of traffic.
Yeah, it's trucks that explode. Yeah. It's not like a person walking there who spontaneously combusts. It's a vehicle, so that's traffic.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sorry, but we can harp on about this.
Manslaughter is like enough.
We can
already.
harp on about this all day, but it's just the fact that they will come out and officially say that there was zero major road or traffic accidents in the whole country in 2025 is such a lie.
My favorite is from Merrick Javier here. Javier says, "How is zero the percentage? How is it zero of the percentage went down by 11%? 11% of any quantity is not zero."
That's true. I mean, seriously.
The only devil's advocate here is I could say maybe their definition of a major traffic accident is 10,000 people died.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, okay. Yeah, I will. You know what? Hand on heart.
Yeah.
You're right, CCP.
If
there were no traffic accidents where, in one instance, where 10,000 people died.
Yeah,
You're
for
right.
sure. Yeah, from that point of view. I mean, seriously, how can you? What a lying government. Anyway.
That's North Korea level.
Yeah. So is this. Do you want to explain what's going on there?
So back in 2018, you guys, I had covered this on my channel. So this is before the China show. So yeah, you'd have to have seen it there. But basically what happened was China demolished this church. And when I say demolished, they blew it up with dynamite. Huge crackdown on Christianity in China.
Yeah, they literally blew the church up.
They blew it up with dynamite.
I know they hate churches and mosques and stuff. They'd be going around blowing them up all over the
Boom
place.
goes the dynamite.
Yeah, exactly.
So they blew that up with dynamite, and then the aftermath made a lot of people sad and cry.
Yeah.
A lot of Christians were up in arms. They're like, what is China doing? They say in their constitution you can have religion, but they have to actually completely control it.
Yes.
So if you have a church that is under the government, but they suspect the leader maybe
or
doesn't
there too many people start gathering there.
Yeah, there's too many people there, or they suspect that maybe they believe in God more than the CCP or something. They'll blow up your church with dynamite. Quite literally.
Yeah, they do.
This one too. They blew it up with dynamite.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm not laughing at the fact they did this. I'm laughing at the sheer unbelievable nature of blowing up people's churches with dynamite.
Yeah, they just knock them down.
I'm religious myself.
Yeah.
So what's interesting is that it continues. So this is in Yayang and Zhejiang. We caught a story from some Christian rights group or whatever, but I corroborated it with multiple sources now.
Yes.
So this is in Yayang, Zhejiang. This is in eastern China, in the wealthier area of China. There's a lot more religious people there.
Yeah.
Educated too. What will happen to this church? Vote now. So what we're speculating, we're being a little facetious here. But more than 1,000, and I'm not joking.
Yeah.
1,000 police, SWAT, and anti-riot units surrounded this church, this Christian church.
Do you have the picture of it, the big one from the outside?
It's coming.
All right.
2 senior church leaders were arrested.
Yeah, that one there. Yeah.
Many members were detained. So you have 1,000 units, armed units, surrounding this church. They arrested the leadership and the people that go there.
Yeah.
And then they surrounded the church with heavy machinery.
Yes.
And then put a crane up there.
And then put that scaffolding up
People
there.
are like, some of the Christians in China are like, they better not take that cross down.
They're taking it down, bro.
Well, no, that's where you guys are going to guess.
Okay.
What do you think is going to happen to this church? Vote now. Would you like to get a poll going?
Yeah, sure.
I think we should get a poll going. I'll say church gets repaired.
Dude, this
church
is the point
gets blown
What
up.
is the point?
I just want to know what you guys think.
Yeah,
I want to see how much faith people have in the CCP.
Yeah, so we don't know the answer yet.
We actually don't know.
We don't know.
This is currently happening now.
One thing that we do know is they put scaffolding up around the top of the cross, and some reports are saying they've already dismantled the cross.
Yes, but there is no proof of that. So that's why I want you guys to
But
vote.
why would they put scaffolding? They're not there to paint it or something.
That's the funny, facetious part, and like how to at least get a little bit of like smiles and humor out of this is be like, let's pretend all of this is wrong, and actually they're just repainting,
they're just
and it's
there to
going to be
paint
good, and maybe they actually want to rejuvenate Christianity in the area.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
Maybe. Let's have a look at our votes here. You
Well, I
guys are
mean,
piling in.
we'll know by next week, hopefully.
Well, yeah, that's why I wanted to get a vote.
Yeah.
Because like we can actually follow up.
Yeah.
So yeah, because there are journalists that are trying to pay attention to this big time, as I am. This is just absolute. But can I say, without jokes, this is abhorrent.
Yes.
Just unbelievable.
Yeah.
And I'm actually curious, and maybe you can give me an answer.
Yeah.
Why do people around the world, especially who focus on like religious freedom and stuff, and I'm not calling them out.
Sure.
Why do they tend to avoid talking about the unreal religious persecution that happens in China? Because I do hear about it, but why do I not hear about it as much in China?
Because it doesn't benefit them. I mean, and it's not going to make any difference. It's the same reason why you've got all these environmentalists still go crazy about, farmers using tractors in Europe rather than focusing on China, like polluting the entire world and outfishing the seas and decimating the oceans. It's because, you can complain to China like, oh, you're bad for doing that. They'll tell you to F off. But if you go to like a sympathetic European civilized place and you're like, you're making the cows sad, then they'll be like, oh, we're so sorry.
Yeah.
Here, have some money or something.
Yeah, it also probably boils down to like a lot of people always pretend like where they are is the worst.
Yeah.
Especially Americans and stuff.
Well, and Americans and civilized people are the only people who have agency.
Yeah.
You know, they don't realize that they're running around trying to pretend that they're standing for everybody's rights, but that's only because they have rights.
Yeah, you have to
You
have it
know,
in the first place.
if you're living in China and you try to do that, you're done. If you
Yeah.
live anywhere in the third world and you go around saying like, oh, we should protect the environment, they'll say like, F off and put you in a firing squad.
I do want to shout out
You know?
Bitter Winter and these other religious persecution groups that do pay it. They put a hyper focus on China.
Yeah.
More people need to pay attention to it.
Yeah.
So shout out to them. I want to say
What do people say?
90%.
And I think they're accurate. I mean,
90% of people say that it gets blown up.
yeah. I'm sure that at least the cross has definitely gone by now, and if not, who knows? This is quite horrible. This is in Hebei.
This is fascinating and bad.
Yeah. What you're seeing here is an official, this like tape, do not cross looking tape over somebody's coal heating situation, their stove.
Their Kang.
Yeah, Kang. Now, so what happens is in northern China, it snows and it gets freezing cold. And the only way people have been able to historically keep themselves warm is by burning coal. Okay. Now, Beijing, of course, is worried about its smog problem. So they've banned people from burning coal.
Yes.
But they've done it in the worst way possible because
China's poor.
they didn't just phase it out slowly. They
Yeah.
came along one day and they stuck these things over people's coal, kangs as they call it. You like basically burn it and there's a bed in your house. There's a whole stove thing. It keeps you warm. So they stuck this over and they're like, you may not burn coal. You have to use gas now, natural gas, which is supplied by the government. But you pay for it, and it's very expensive. And they jack the prices up in these rural areas to more expensive than in Beijing. So the poorest of the poor people that rely on like burning coal for heat
To stay alive.
to stay alive now have to pay exorbitant prices to burn gas, which they can't afford.
Can you play some of this? We'll see
On,
it.
on top of that, look, there's a drone.
Yeah.
They send drones out to make sure nobody's burning coal. And if they see anyone's burning coal, they come and like the cops
Let's
come and deal with them, right?
Yeah. So they actually are deploying coal drones
Yes.
to make sure. And again, like, yeah, crack down on pollution, but you got to give the people that are making $200 a year an outlet for heating when it's -8.
It's super cold, right?
So this guy's going around and basically saying they're taking drones around
Yeah.
and they're slapping 500 to 2,000 RMB fines.
Yes.
So these people, a lot of these people,
That's a yearly salary.
Well, more than their monthly salary at least,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, sorry,
for a
Matthew.
lot
I
of
was
these
thinking
houses.
dollars.
No, you meant,
Yeah,
I know what you meant. So they're slapping fines on these people if they see a little inkling of burning something to try to make
stay
them
warm.
Stay warm. Again, you don't have insulation.
Nope.
You have these brick/concrete houses, which
Yes.
is mostly concrete.
Yeah.
And you have a hundreds, if not thousands-year-old tradition
Yeah.
of burning stuff to keep them heated. The government has to come around and either give you gas for free
Yeah.
or subsidize electric heating to the point where you're actually proving to the world that you've created alternative energy. Because
Yes.
they've told everyone in the world that we've sorted out the green revolution. We don't need fossil fuels anymore. They got every freaking think tank in the world in the West saying, look at China's figured everything out. And all we see over and over again every week is the exact opposite.
Of course it is, yeah, exactly.
There's no solution.
So what's going on here is this guy that you can see his face over there, he's just gone viral in China because he walked around. He actually went on his bike in freezing cold, like -8 degrees weather.
Yeah.
To see how many people were using the new installed gas because,
Yes.
you know, like you're not allowed to burn coal.
Yes.
There's also this woman on the side, if you're wondering who she is. It's an old woman. She's out standing in the sun because it's too cold in the house and she doesn't have any heating. So she has to sit in the sun, even though it's freezing cold.
Trying to get some sunlight.
So you can see those are the chimneys for the sort of gas burning heaters.
Yeah.
And none of them are active. So this guy was going around in all the neighborhoods around there, and like out of all the houses, there was like maybe 2 or 3 were using it. Everybody else wasn't using it because it's too expensive for them.
Yeah.
They can't afford it. So they'd rather sit there and freeze. And unfortunately, this has led to multiple people freezing to death, especially elderly people.
Yeah.
They have been freezing to death because you can't keep warm and they can't afford the heat. It's pretty terrible. So this guy has gone viral for doing this and showing that no one can afford it. You can see he was showing it's -8 degrees. You can also just take a look where he is So it's -8, even though there's no snow on the ground. It's freezing there. And nobody's using their heaters. So he has raised quite a bit of awareness, which is good. Hopefully something gets done, which is not going to happen.
Must be nice.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Must be nice to live in a real country.
You're right. Okay, guys. We're going to get into our main topic in a minute, which is the whole Venezuela thing.
Mm-hmm.
Before we do, we wanted to show you something that we did this Monday. It's freaking hilarious.
And it all goes back to the 1800s, to something called Orientalism.
Yep.
It's still going in the 70s. It transformed into New Ageism.
Oh, sorry.
Meme origins. So let's get into this. Probably seen Eggman. If you haven't, Chinese Eggman is this guy with a misshapen head.
You'll hear now that suddenly the construction has started as well. It's just a garden in the Orient, dude.
In the Orient, right?
Yes.
So what is it, in Greece?
Who knows, man? Yeah, who knows? Okay, you would not be able to tell from that advert, but this was the most interesting episode when it comes to the sounds of China.
Hidden gem.
Yes, it's a hidden gem. Also, it's a challenge. If anyone is, subscribed and can go and check out Xiaoban Ho, I challenge you to watch that episode and not get a headache. It's 100% a challenge, and I'm not even joking. If you can watch that, at full volume and walk away without a headache, you're really special.
For sure. Let me explain what we did. So on our
Yes.
Patreon show, patreon.com/ADV podcast, we went through, first, I put together a segment where I took all the stereotypical sounds that you hear in movies about
Like
China,
gongs
gongs and those, all that stuff, is stereotypical stuff. Got to the origin of it, found out if it's real or fake, if it's really Chinese or not, and then showed the applications throughout time. It's kind of like a timeline. And I also went through the meme songs that you hear. Whenever you see Chinese memes or memes about China, I went through the songs that actually play and broke them down, translated them.
Yep.
And you went through the actual sounds of what you would really hear. So I showed you the stereotypes. You showed everyone the reality of
Yeah, I
things.
showed raw footage that I'd filmed in China of, like, if you go out on a date, what kind of sounds are you going to hear? If you just go out on the streets, what kind of sounds are you going to hear? That type of thing. And it's very, very interesting. I thought it was a lot of fun.
It was great. What China really sounds like. I also went through all the traditional Chinese instruments.
Yes.
And showed you
The worst sounding instrument in the world, and it's called a sona.
it's bad.
It's actually the worst sounding instrument in the entire world. I'm sorry.
I
bar
agree.
none. Bar
No,
none.
I agree. But there's good stuff too. There's good stuff too, like that we covered.
Oh, yeah. We also like nice sounding instruments.
we
but the sauna, literally, I don't think there's a worse sounding instrument. Even a didgeridoo is cool compared to that.
There is not.
Anyway,
Xiaoban Ho, go check it out. Go to patreon.com/ADV podcast. Number 2, it's the best way to support us.
Absolutely.
Almost all the money goes straight to us so we can keep this show going.
Yes.
It's the only way we can keep this show going.
Correct.
Is through that. So if you have some generosity and you do want to see it, by the way, you also get access to every show we've done.
Yes.
It's not just going forward.
And access to the Discord.
And the Discord, all that stuff.
the stuff.
180 plus episodes.
Yeah.
Go check it out.
Excellent. Thank you. All right. So next, are we getting into soft power here?
I believe so.
We are. Soft power hour. This is the main segment of the show. Let's get right into it. So
This is an interesting follow-up from, was it a couple weeks ago?
Last
No, it
week.
was last week.
yeah.
We had comments pouring in
Mm-hmm.
saying, wow, your guys' predictions aged like wine.
Yeah,
we literally talked about.
Yeah, it was the day before.
Yeah, we talked about what we thought could potentially happen. There's a build up. We saw China running these war games.
Yes.
And blanking them out just in case you
Oh,
don't
yeah,
know
yeah.
that the blue ships are supposed to be American and the Chinese ones are
They
supposed to be
don't
red.
want you to see their battleship. You sunk my battleship or whatever, It's
what
like
are you
that.
hiding there?
Nothing.
I can see it still.
Yeah, you can see exactly where they're positioned.
Anyway, they're blanking out their war games and showing up by simultaneously saying we have nothing to do with any wartime scenario over there in the Caribbean, over there in the South America and stuff. And then they're meanwhile showing footage of them running war games against the U.S.
Yes, yes.
But what's interesting about this is that Maduro was captured in Argentina. In Venezuela.
Yes.
And what was fascinating about this
Yeah.
is that it racked our brain into all the most delicious propaganda
Dude.
we had seen for 2 years now
Yeah.
coming out of China like a fire hose about how China will always come to their little brother's aid
Yeah.
in South America.
And America's
Venezuela,
too afraid to do anything to Venezuela because China's protecting them.
Their deepest partnership.
Mm-hmm.
We've poured so much, and America is terrified. They're shaking, their knees shake
Yes.
at the thought of invading Venezuela because China will always defend them.
So the interesting thing is what you're seeing behind us here. You've got Russia Today putting out this propaganda and the Chinese media on the other side. Okay, both on the same day. This was just before the raid. Okay, you had this meeting, this envoy, this Chinese diplomatic envoy went there. We'll just play the footage so you can see. I'll get us out of there.
Trae muy buenos recuerdos. Feliz año. Del año del caballo, ¿verdad? Ah, es caballo. Yo soy tigre. Tiempo. Yo lo conocí a él muy joven. Muy joven. Hace 20 años. Hace 20 años. Sí. Como traductor cuando estaba el presidente invitado. Ahora es director. Qué increíble, ¿verdad? Como pasa el tiempo. Estás igual.
Yep, 3 hours later. Yep.
Impresionante.
Impressive. I found out everything through this, the phone that Xi Jinping gave me.
Xi Jinping. Esto me lo regaló Xi Jinping.
Look, Xi Jinping gave me this.
Un Huawei.
A Huawei, the best phone in the world, the Huawei, and the Americans can't hack it.
El mejor teléfono del mundo.
Neither their spy planes nor their satellites.
Yeah.
So that really what I mean, I don't want to say like egg on face for China.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, what you're about to see, if you like Schadenfreude, if you like to see somebody talk a big game, like think about it like sports. If you like to see one of those teams that talks a lot of trash and they're kind of obnoxious and their fans are always in the streets beating people up and they're just a bully.
Yeah.
And then you watch them like lose like 31-0 or something.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
get that feeling. You're like, you know what? They had a comeuppance.
Yeah.
That's what you're about to see.
Yeah, so let's take a look at the kind of propaganda that's been going around on social media, not only in China, but in the West as well.
Yes.
Okay, let's take a look at this, for instance. It's translated, so
Yeah,
can,
so you can read it.
Listen.
我始终不敢真的打委内瑞拉，终不敢真的打委内瑞拉呢。第一，美国
So it's like Venezuela dares not, I mean, the United States dares not, attack Venezuela.
Yes.
Yeah.
我担心的不是委内瑞拉，而是中国。美国精英层心知肚明，美国根本不敢
Yeah, I'll take the volume down. Yeah.
America doesn't dare to think. China's warships are already full. It's a clear warning to the United States. How dare you move in Venezuela? Do it right here. For the United States, he just started fighting here. Secondly, Venezuela is not easy to fight. The United States can't handle it. It will recruit the subordinates of the Soviet Union. Venezuela's terrain is complex.
Folk style is sturdy. The anti-American sentiment of the whole people is very strong. Sure. That's why they're all celebrating. Like, literally, everywhere you go, Venezuelans are celebrating this. Where's this anti-American sentiment? Yeah. China got that wrong.
It has millions of militia. Here's the thing. China's behind him. Ongoing supplies and support. Go ahead.
Yeah, once the United States invades, it is impossible to replicate the flash mob that crushed Iraq.
Why has the United States held back for so long and still dared not really strike Venezuela? This whole thing is pretty strange.
This is
U.S.
Chinese
warships
media.
were already
Yes.
deployed in the Caribbean. The threats were made loud and clear, yet nothing actually happened because China is watching from behind. And Venezuela itself isn't easy to deal with either. It has real backing from China. Money when it needs money, supplies when it needs supplies. That means if the U.S. attacks, it won't be anything like Iraq. Maduro is actually quite clever. He keeps saying, China's victory is our victory, deliberately tying himself to China and making Washington even more hesitant to act.
Yeah, so now this is a big failure when it comes to China. Okay.
Yeah. A lot of people weren't talking about this.
Yeah. So, China's been using conflicts around the world. There's this current conflict going on in between Thailand and Cambodia over there, right? And they've been testing their military hardware and bragging about it. they've been testing their military hardware in Venezuela as well. They've been sending all their special military stuff, specifically their radar and their
very
defense
proud
systems.
of the radar.
Yeah. So I'm just going to read this here quickly. U.S. sources confirm that Chinese-supplied air defense radars in Venezuela failed and were systematically neutralized during the operation. Among the systems rendered inoperative were the JY-27 long-range early warning radars, which Beijing has repeatedly claimed are capable of detecting F-22s and F-35, so F-22s and F-35 stealth fighters. Okay, so they installed these at great cost, by the way. And they were like, now you're protected. The Americans can't send their stealth fighters. You'll know about it. You'll be able to spot them from like miles away.
You know, the first time I heard about these was with the people that were like, we are completely underestimating China's defense capabilities.
Yeah.
Everyone's talking about their fighters and all this, the military budget and stuff, but no one's talking about how good their defense capabilities have gotten. And they would reference these ones they've given to Venezuela.
Yes.
As the ultimate deterrent against the U.S.
Yeah, I'd like to show this to you guys here. So we're quite familiar with this particular person who does reports on military hardware. So she says, behind me stands a radar about 7 stories tall.
7层楼，天线正面面积差不多200多平方米的雷达呀，就是我国另一款主打反隐身功能的米波3坐标雷达 JY-27，它是我国自主研制的米波全数字3坐标远程预警雷达。
She said, 倭国.
I hate 倭国.
倭国 means like my country.
Yeah, it's what nationalists say instead of China.
Yeah, they're like,
it's like my country. 倭国.
Yeah, anyway. You can see she's basically, these are the same radars, by the way, that were in Venezuela, that JY-27. And she's like, they're designed for long-range early warning.
具备隐身目标探测能力，对空探测距离远，测量精度高。中国反
Okay, so she's saying, oh, it can detect stealth and all that kind of nonsense, which obviously it can't because, you know, they didn't.
Yes. Well, let's look at this one. I like
this. This is incredible. Okay, we'll get out of here so you can read the subtitles. So check this out, guys. It starts with, I will just play it out, but it starts with China's anti-stealth radar as a weapon to defuse the Venezuelan crisis.
隐身雷达化解委内瑞拉危机的天眼利器。 当美军 F-35B 隐身战机群掠过加勒比海时，委内瑞拉防空部队通过 JY-27A 雷达阵列捕捉到特殊信号回波。这款中国制造的米波雷达突破传统探测限制。
Can you pause it real quick? I just want to ask you, why do they keep saying it's stealth detection, but they keep talking about jets that are not stealth fighters?
Well, F-35 is a stealth fighter.
Not the 21, right?
F-22 and F-35B are stealth.
Oh, they are stealth.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So this was made to,
it's made
to stop them.
Specifically. They keep referencing the American stealth fighters specifically because that's what they're trying to detect.
My ultimate question for you was, do they have problems detecting helicopters?
It obviously has problems detecting anything. It's literally just scrap.
Yeah, maybe it's only can detect stealth.
Yes.
It can't detect very slow,
exactly. It can't detect anything. Yeah.
将隐身战机的航迹实时投射在指挥中心屏幕，把数据通过银河卫星实时传输至北京，形成跨国数据链协同，开创区域防务合作新模式。 当美国海军硫磺岛号2栖攻击舰群逼近时 ，JY-27A 的预警数据成为委内瑞拉外交博弈的关键筹码。这些实时情报被分享给拉美国家联盟，成功争取到31国联合声明，反对军事干预。这种战略级合作使委内瑞拉成为全球首个部署第6代雷达技术的国家，也标志着中拉合作进入深水区。随着中国医疗船与雷达技术同步抵达。 华盛顿不得不重新计算干预成本。当硬摧毁可能触发技术泄露风险，软渗透又遭遇人道主义外交阻击，美国传统霸权手段首次在后院陷入两难。
Yes, so people are posting these bed frames as this is this is the radar from China.
That's China gave Venezuela bed frames.
Pretty much. Yeah. Guys, it's pretty obvious. Did you see the kind of propaganda that goes out there? They're like, this is the first country to install 6th-generation radar. They big their crap up so much, China. Yeah. Their hypersonic missile nonsense, everything that they try to say they're ahead of the game with, when it comes down to being tested, turns out to be garbage.
This is very telling for all the people that are so concerned. And I think it's justified to be concerned. Like, I think our military needs to be super buffed up. We need to, at least match or surpass China's budget because they're dumping so much
Sure.
into it, right? We need to protect ourselves against China in future conflict.
Yeah.
That being said, I'm yet to be impressed by real world results of any of their military equipment.
Well, it's bluster. You know, they'll be like, we've got hydrogen bombs, we've got nuclear weapons, we've got all these special launchers. Whether they work or not, it's not up to what they say it is.
Yeah.
So whatever they say it is, it's definitely worse. And it's a derivative copy of some other technology anyway.
Yeah.
And it's been proven over and over
This is
again.
supposed to be homegrown, so maybe the homegrown stuff's even worse.
Yeah, dude, seriously. Again, it's all of that paper tiger, as they say, you know?
Yeah.
They say things and they expect people to just believe them, and that's the deterrent. It's kind of like saying, you know, if you're getting into like a conflict with somebody, you're like having an argument, you're like, you better watch out, I'm a 8th Dan black belt in karate or something. Meanwhile, you've never punched anyone in your life and you've never attended a karate class, but you say that. And people are like, okay, maybe I shouldn't mess with this guy, you know? He's like, my hands have been
crazy.
like, I had to license my fists as lethal weapons or whatever, you know, that kind of crap. It's basically what they're doing, is it's bluster.
Yeah.
And because nobody calls this bully out, you never find out if it's true or not.
True. You do. You actually do.
Now you do.
In real world scenarios.
Yeah.
And we've seen this happen in Thailand. We've seen this happen in Pakistan.
Yeah.
And now we've seen this happen in Venezuela, and it's looking like all the people that are getting their arms from China are they're not doing very well.
No, they're not doing very well.
Yes.
They don't do very well.
Yeah.
Remember that whole thing where they said that they'd shut down the French Rafale jets and all that? But
Yeah.
they didn't.
Yeah.
There's no proof that they did.
Yeah.
They hadn't.
Still, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know that. But then because of that, stocks fell. They just basically say something with so much bluster and so much confidence that people believe them.
Yeah.
You saw those propaganda things where they're like, this radar will make sure that the United States will dare not.
They don't dare
enter Venezuela or try anything. It will detect them from, like, they'll never have a chance to even get in there.
America walked in like a freaking Hollywood film.
Yeah.
They walked in and proved to all these countries that watch American films where this stuff happens that actually we do that stuff.
And also just proved that that radar's garbage.
Yeah,
it was
it's
easily
a bed frame.
easily disabled.
was a
It
bed
didn't help them. It didn't stop the US from going in there. None of this like, oh, we will supply them and send them and we stand by their side. None of that happened.
No.
China did not stand by their side. China did not supply them anything. China did not help them.
No.
It was done in
they did nothing.
They did nothing.
They did nothing other than condemn it and say, oh, you better release Maduro, my little brother.
Yeah. Yeah.
China's never got your back.
No.
Just sad.
Yep.
I think there's a broad message that's sent in American foreign policy, and I'll bring China into the conversation as well. In Caracas, at the time, in Caracas, Venezuela, was a Chinese envoy. They were trying to send a message to the United States of America about those that are under their hedge of protection. It wasn't taken lightly. And instead, the message that was sent to dictators across the globe and narco-terrorists across the globe is that China is not your hedge of protection. You get no protection from them. They might sell cheap goods, but they also sell cheap friendships.
That's spot on.
It
Pause
is.
this real quick before we get into this.
Yeah.
I wanted to point something out.
Yeah.
Just so everyone's clear.
Yeah.
This isn't about if you thought this military intervention in Venezuela was good or not.
For sure.
Right? We obviously have a pretty clear stance on democracy and dictatorships and freedom, right? We're going to err on the side of we think this is pretty damn awesome.
Yep.
However, even if you disagree with us,
Yeah.
I'm not going to argue about that.
No, you're up to you, really.
What I'm going to argue about is if you start thinking that China is the victor or the right person in this scenario, because what this did prove is exactly what that guy just said. China says that they will give you billions of dollars in infrastructure. They'll build you a tofu bridge.
Yes.
Your civilians will die.
So that they can take your oil.
They'll build your train station. Then
Yes.
it collapses on Serbians and they die.
Yeah.
Right. They will make you so in debt that you have to give them a military port.
Yeah.
They will never honor their side of the bargain.
Never.
They've proven it time and time again geopolitically.
No one's
globally.
ever come out on top when dealing with China. All they've ended up with is like crappy infrastructure that falls apart and is not maintained. Jobs are never created because they bring in all their own Chinese workers from China. The country gets into debt and they walk away with nothing. Their natural resources, like in Zambia and so on, get depleted. Ecosystems get destroyed. And what do they get? Nothing. A couple of crappy train stations, which honestly don't work anymore.
Yeah, so the point I was trying to make was when they rely on this long-term thing where no one can see that trap's kind of happen, or they lose interest, right? They don't see the Zambian destruction and the millions of people that are affected forever now.
Yeah.
They're poisoned forever, right?
Sure.
They don't see this kind of stuff because that's kind of a long-term thing. When there's a disaster, you can hope the news cycle forgets about it in a couple days.
Sure.
What you cannot ignore, and this is what they've been hedging their bet on, is you can say, oh, we've got Venezuela's back because we're pretty sure America's never going to invade.
Yeah.
So we can look like a military ally. And it becomes this thing, it's almost like a resume you hand out. It's like, well, we actually invested in Venezuela's defense infrastructure.
Yeah.
So we're officially kind of their ally now. We've invested in so-and-so, and they keep getting these countries to kind of fall into their sphere of influence, right? And they prop up dictators, right? Because they're like-minded. They have no freedom in China, right?
Yeah.
And they go, we can get this government, no matter what the people think, we can get this government to bend to our will, right?
Yeah.
But they did not expect that it would get invaded.
Yes.
And this is one of the first times we can see just like you could just see, you can look at the scenario and say, China didn't defend their ally.
Yes.
They couldn't, and they didn't.
Yes.
And they won't.
Yeah.
And that's going to be it's like a shockwave that'll go for years, I think, in the rest of the world when other countries kind of look at China and say, maybe this sweet deal that they have on paper is not necessarily what reality is going to be.
Yeah.
Right? That's the way I see it.
Yeah, because it doesn't matter who they're going to defend you from. If they come up and say, we're going to defend you and make sure that you're okay. No, they're not.
No, they won't.
It's been proven now. But now this is kind of interesting because almost immediately after this Maduro raid, China went into a panic. Xi Jinping, obviously, and the high-level CCP officials are now worried about their safety. They were like, if they can go in and capture Maduro, like however far away from America, they could possibly do something like that here. So what they did was...
That's not a reality situation.
It's not.
I want to make sure you pose this to the audience as this is abject paranoia.
Yeah, it is.
This would never happen.
100%.
Yeah.
But what they did was Zhongnanhai, which is where Xi Jinping lives.
It's like the White House.
It's like the White House of China. They erased it off of the maps, so you can no longer search for it.
Dude, it's a tourist destination.
Yeah, but
it's
now
the most well-known thing in China.
So I was like, nah, no way. So here's Baidu Maps, which, by the way, Baidu is the knockoff of Google. So, you go maps.google.com. You can go maps.baidu.com. You want images.google, you go to images.baidu. They copied everything.
Right.
They're shameless. So this is maps.baidu.com. And if you type in Zhongnanhai, which I did, you can see here in Chinese. Okay, Zhongnanhai, and press enter. It's like, there are no results.
That is the most well-mapped thing in
Dude,
in
it's
China.
like if you typed in the White House in Google Maps and said nothing found, 404.
Go and visit there.
Yeah.
It's the most normal thing to see.
Yep.
As a tourist and as a Chinese person.
Whoa, we've got to be careful here. We've got to make sure nobody knows how to find us.
Crazy.
Pretty sure the U.S. military knows where it is, though.
I'm pretty sure everyone does. It's literally the center of Beijing.
But that's the level of paranoia. So I went to Gouda D2, A-Maps. Remember we used to use that? And it's like, make a new turn ahead. You remember that nonsense? It's so bad. Anyway, Gouda D2 is another one. So here I'm typing in Chinese again, Zhongnanhai. Okay. Search for it. Bam. No results found. So they actually erased Zhongnanhai off of all of the Chinese local map services because they're paranoid about it.
Yes.
Isn't it insane?
It's crazy. Again, it is the most well-known place in China.
Yeah.
You go and take photos there.
You know what's actually more concerning is that Google also
they didn't
changed.
delete it. What they did was, and this is this might have been rectified by now. You guys can check it out yourself.
Yeah, probably.
But if you typed in Zhongnanhai, again, it's like typing in the White House. If you go to Google Maps, you type in the White House, it'll show you where it is, and it says labeled, right? When we went to it yesterday, it was redirecting to different places in China that wasn't that.
Yes.
Which is really
so like
weird.
A fish market or something that was far away from the
But it had like
thing.
a same name or something.
Yes.
So I was looking into it, and I was asking questions to Google. There's like AI mode or whatever, which I don't usually want to use, but I did this because it's Google.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, what's going on here? And it's like, this probably just some sort of glitch or whatever. So I keep asking, and I'm like, well, it's not. If I search it, it's gone, and it actually coincides with when it was removed from Chinese maps as well. And it goes, yeah, actually, that does look pretty bad.
Yeah, because it was like on
it
the,
was
the
redirecting
6th or something.
Yeah, so maybe it was some sort of like they're trying to, I don't know, like preemptively make sure that, I don't know.
That they didn't piss off China.
Yeah,
or
something like that. I don't know. That's speculative.
Yeah.
But it did redirect for us yesterday.
Yeah, so even Google would take you away from the actual place.
Yeah.
So it was a concerted effort for sure. At least on the Chinese maps, all their services, you couldn't even search for it. It was erased. It's paranoid to the max there.
Yeah.
They're paranoid maxing.
It's so dumb because this is the most, again, it's so well known. It's when you remove it, that's stupid.
Yeah.
It looks dumb.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, yeah. So next, it got even crazier.
Yeah.
Iran.
Yeah.
Pause it here. Iran is very, very, very fresh
yes.
in the minds of the Chinese government right now because simultaneously they watched their ally get invaded in like a couple hours.
Yes.
In Venezuela, had their leadership removed. China didn't do anything and all of their radar systems didn't work.
Yes. All of their military equipment, it's not just radars.
Yeah, it's
they had these armed carriers and these, like launch vehicles, everything. None of it worked.
No.
It was all like wiped out.
Yes. And then simultaneously, they're watching Iranians by the thousands and thousands take to the streets and try to protest this abhorrent dictatorship.
Yes, which is also China's friend that they prop up.
China's ally.
Yeah.
So Iran, China's allies, also got a big problem on their hands with all these people, these educated people that are living under this brutal dictatorship that have had enough because the economy is spiraling into down the toilet, right? They're like, okay, we can live under a dictatorship, but now we can't even afford anything, right?
Yeah.
So that, again, that contract's been broken. Right?
Sure.
Give us your rights, we'll give you money. There's no money.
Yep.
So China is sitting here sweating bullets because they're in the same scenario. Chinese people are suffering horrible economic downturn.
Yes.
And again, they traded their rights for the ability to have money. There's no money.
Yep.
They are like, we gotta stop any PR about this. They have shut down. If you go on Douyin, Chinese TikTok, it's a blank slate.
Yep.
I'll show you some examples in a second, but they are getting, what are they doing here? You can explain.
Well, what's happening is because they've been seeing the riots and the unrest in Iran, now they're publicly demonstrating riot police drills on the streets of China as a deterrent, which they don't do normally.
No. This is to combat Iranian-style protests that they're afraid are going to blow up.
Yeah. It's kind of like, don't even think about it, guys. So this is a completely different part of China.
Yeah.
So in order to, because they're now paranoid, they're like, holy crap, this isn't good. First of all, the U.S. did do a military thing and they snatched the leaders. So quickly delete all of reference to where our leaders like stay.
Or any government, really. It's all
just to get it out of there so nobody can even search where we are anymore. And then on top of that, look at what's happening in Iran. We better make sure that doesn't happen here. Get the riot police out there. Get them to practice in public to make sure everybody sees that we're prepared. And they better not try anything.
Quick, get the plastic Romans.
Yes.
These are plastic Romans.
They are. And they're filming it, obviously, for propaganda.
Yeah, it's to scare the public.
Yeah.
This is to scare your own people.
Yeah, yeah.
They're so scared of Iran, it's not even funny.
Yeah.
Well, I should say the Iranian situation.
Yeah. I guess you don't want to go to Pizza Hut, bro.
That's such bad PR for Pizza Hut.
Well, yeah, I mean, maybe, no, it's good PR. It's like, it's a riot. People trying to get in, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Pizza Hut's a riot.
Yeah, exactly. You got to call in the riot police. It's so good. Got to keep the crowds out.
That's the most dystopian thing I've ever seen in my life, is it not?
It's pretty good. Yep.
Oh, and it's hilarious, too, because Pizza Hut's an American brand.
Yeah, it is.
It's like, we're going to prepare to stop all these, like, freedom-loving American-type situations while
getting into
we're
Pizza
outside
Hut.
of Pizza Hut.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Plastic Roman formation! This is to protect against all the flaming arrows that the civilians use?
Yes. Oh, it's Molotov cocktails, really.
Joke.
Yeah.
It just looks very
Demanded
ancient. It looks like they're wearing skateboard pads. Maybe they're sliders.
They're probably sliders, dude.
Dude, Chinese
Get the glovers out.
sliders.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so now this is the more fallback because China has these Ministry of Foreign Affairs press sort of meetings every once in a while. And I think it's daily, actually. But they go out there and they normally are very blustery and they're very arrogant. And they're like, if they dare cross this red line, China stands firmly on this and that. We've seen a big tonal shift.
We have.
Okay, so we wanted to show this. I'll get this out of here.
Release of Venezuela's President Nicolas Maduro and his wife from U.S. custody. Can you comment on whether there will be consequences for the U.S. if China's demand goes ignored? Also, the Chinese diplomats were meeting with Nicolas Maduro just before his capture by the U.S. Can you confirm whether those Chinese diplomats are still in Caracas? Thank you.
So,
I mean, that's a question.
Yeah, he wasn't prepared for that.
Well, they have their pre-prepared notes. He's like shuffling them around.
He's like, holy crap, I didn't think they would ask that.
I mean, she literally asked, why didn't you defend Venezuela?
Yes,
right?
yeah. It's like,
What are you going to do?
Are you going to retaliate? Yeah, because you said you would, right? He's like, what am I going to say?
Bad.
Yeah.
关于你提到的第一个问题
Finally found it.
Found it. And it was just the usual boilerplate, like, oh, the sovereignty of nations should be like international law. Which, by the way, China is the one country that dares not talk about international law. They break it all the time.
I know.
Every single day. I'm not even talking about like the South China Sea and encroaching on people's territory and sending their illegal fishing fleets everywhere. But it's all the stealing of IP all the time, the spying, constant breaking of international law.
I actually read an article the other day. This just made, it didn't even make me mad. I almost like burst out laughing. It dared to say something to the tune of, China's just not used to this current administration in America that's willing to go out and do things that kind of like break international norms. Because China always follows international norms. So they're not used to they don't like chaos.
Dude.
I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
They don't like chaos?
Yeah.
China is chaos.
Yeah, it's insane. The one country that should not be complaining about international law is China because they break it the most.
They're literally building fake islands.
Remember
in their territory.
Yeah, exactly. The agreements with Hong Kong, supposed to be 50 years. They broke that. Every promise, they keep breaking it. They keep encroaching on
Philippines.
It's crazy. I made a post on X the other day because China comes out and says this often is that the US has no right to act as the world police. You know who hates police? Criminals.
True.
You know who has a problem with police? Criminals.
True.
You know who's the world criminal? It's China.
Yeah.
The world thief and bandit is China.
Yeah.
They're the ones going out there and stealing IP from everywhere,
Yeah.
knocking off and undercutting and using loopholes to really screw over countries around the world. They're the country that's sending their fishing fleets out to the Galapagos and South America and Africa and so on and decimating the sea everywhere, stealing all the... Yeah. They are the world thief and bandit. There's countless things that they do. I mean, all the poaching and endangered animals that are being killed in Africa, it's for Chinese traditional medicine. It's all for that demand. So many
mines.
Yeah, the mines, everything. The destroying of ecosystems everywhere they go. If any country is a world bandit and a thief, it's China. So no wonder they have a problem with the US being the world police. Because bandits hate police.
Well, they also want to take over the world.
Yeah, that too.
Bend it to its whim.
100%. So anyway, just thought I'd point that out. Now, this is hilarious as well.
In Tokyo, Venezuela had imported a large amount of military equipment from China, but it appears that this equipment was of little practical use in the last U.S.
A little useless.
Please share your assessment of this matter. Thank you.
This matter.
中方坚定支持拉美和加勒比和平区地位，反对在国际关系中使用或威胁使用武力，反对违反联合国宪章、侵犯别国主权的霸凌行径。
So
you see how that works?
He did.
Yeah.
He just dodged the question. The guy was like,
also like we play by the rules. You know what I mean?
They don't play by the rules. And if you looked at the Chinese propaganda coming out from their own propaganda state TV and outlets. It's like, we will crush the US if they dare this and that,
Yeah.
all this nonsense. Who's the one that's for peace? If you're blustering around like that, definitely not them. It's ridiculous.
So that was the official side of things.
Yes.
They're very embarrassed.
Which is hilarious that the guy was like, yeah, all these weapons and military equipment that, were imported to Venezuela were kind of useless.
Japan TV's got balls these days.
Dude, big time. And he just couldn't answer that.
No.
He
can't.
No, he's
didn't
not allowed to. He's not allowed to say, oh, yeah, I guess our weapons do suck. Our radars are useless and rubbish.
Obviously. But on the social media side of things, interesting, because they've had a lot of social commentators. And one thing I wanted to brush through super quick was China's immediate response to the invasion or capture of Maduro was, we oppose this, America
They were deeply shocked, and they actually used language that they don't usually use.
Yeah, they even had to walk it back.
Yeah, they walked it back. They came out with and somebody did an analysis. I can't remember who, but they only use those words in massive assassinations or if there's a huge natural disaster or something. They use the wording, and then it moved it went back to we strongly condemn or that kind of stuff. We oppose, rather than we're deeply shocked and all that stuff. So they were actually shocked.
Yes.
They did not see it coming. Otherwise, they wouldn't have sent their envoy there on the same day.
No. So on the social media side of things, it was kind of it wasn't people cheering it on, but there were a lot of people in China being facetious.
Yeah.
By saying, hey, if America's going to do that, then why are we not taking Taiwan? And a lot of people, like I said, are being facetious because they know China's not going to do anything.
Sure.
Right. But at the same time, there were people hyper-nationalists.
Yeah.
They were like, why are we not taking Taiwan?
Yeah, exactly.
What the heck? It's a completely different scenario.
For sure.
But what I noticed was a lot of that public opinion that was very viral is gone.
Yeah, they've removed it.
They've kind of replaced it with state narratives all over social media in China. So you're kind of left with just state media opinions on social media platforms in China about how they oppose and you got to hand over Maduro, and this is bad, and America bad, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, exactly.
But you did have these geopolitical commentators that were very disappointed in themselves because they have for years taken the party narrative that America would never dare to do this because they're terrified of China. They will never dare go into Venezuela. And this guy, he took it out on himself.
Yeah, this dude, by the way, who looks like an under-roasted marshmallow, he is... Well, I'm sorry, but he is a very well-known political commentator online. So let's take a look at what he had to say.
首都华盛顿3300公里，妈的照活捉，我都觉得妈我都不是人了，我操，我活在世界上，哎，操，不是人吗？
He's deeply ashamed of himself. So.
说了不说了。
Well, he's ashamed. He's also ashamed of China because, he is one of those guys who's blustering like the U.S. will never dare go near Venezuela and all that.
That's what you're told.
Yeah.
Right? It's his
and
job.
Then when it happens, he slaps himself. It's the same as, remember all those people who expected, who was it? Was it Nancy Pelosi was not supposed to visit Taiwan?
Yes.
Remember China said, that is the final red line.
Right.
If she lands, it's war type thing.
Yeah, if the U.S. touches a plane down.
And so the U.S. touches a plane down and nothing happens. So then all those people in China were slapping themselves. Remember that?
Yeah, it was a big slap campaign.
Yeah, it's like all these nationalists were crying and slapping themselves because it proves that what their government tells them is a lie.
Yep.
It's just there to keep them under control.
Yep.
So yeah, you were going to say, what's this?
So this is just an example. Like before, you had a lot of private analysis, not private, like non-state opinion.
Yes.
They're saying like, oh, this is so bad. Like we love Venezuela, but also now we can take Taiwan. Those videos are gone.
Ah, dude, I hate that. What's that woman, that Media Uncut or something, that one in the corner?
Yeah.
The most freaking annoying. You see, Chinese state media gets to pollute our feeds on our social media. And I see their garbage.
X, right? Well, it's just CCTV.
Yeah, it is. It's state media, but I see their garbage on X and everywhere you go. Facebook, all of this.
You could say that there's thousands of these.
I know, but that one in particular irks me. I really don't like them.
If you go through these, you can just push play, but there's a couple screens. This is Douyin's Chinese TikTok, and if you look up Venezuela or Maduro now, it's just your very official opinions now.
Yeah.
You don't get any of that kind of juicy, like, what do Chinese people really think anymore?
Yeah, now it's just official. So,
but this is a great way to cap this stuff, don't you think?
Yeah. Yes.
What is this?
Okay, so kind of a meme has been going around where it's like U.S. troops captured Maduro alive, and there's a hit song in China. It's like, unfortunately, it's not you.
It's called that.
That's the name of the
singer's
song.
name is Fish Leong. She's from Malaysia, but she's a Chinese singer, Chinese-speaking singer.
Because people were making memes showing Xi Jinping and playing her song.
So this we have to explain this.
Yeah.
This song was popular, and it's not anymore because it was the walk-off song for a dating show. So if you go next, yeah, I'll show you in a second. Here's a little clip of the song. So if you pause that line is the title of the song.
It means unfortunately it wasn't you. Yeah,
it's a dating thing, right?
Yeah.
So like you and I,
No, maybe you and I would go on the show to compete against.
We go on the dating show.
Yes.
And let's say that the girl picks you.
Yeah, it's one of those. There's like one pretty girl and there's like a bunch of guys.
And vice versa.
And then they like show off their traits or whatever, and then she chooses the one.
So let's say the girl in this scenario picks you, right? And then it'll show me if it's between us two. I have to walk off.
And then they play this song.
And it plays this. Kashi bushini. It means it's unfortunately it wasn't you.
Yeah,
right? So I have to walk. It's really sad that I have to walk up.
It's like it's a pity it wasn't you. Yeah, you know?
But so this song became wildly popular just now again.
Yes, because people are making memes. Like they were like, it's a pity it wasn't Xi Jinping instead of Maduro. Yeah, exactly.
Which is nuts.
Yeah.
It was like the most hidden way of defeating censorship.
Because I mean, dude,
people didn't even make memes with the picture after a while. It was just people like posting the song.
Yes, and posting, or even they would just at her Weibo, you know, like it'll be like talking about, Chinese military, you know, it's so strong, and then at her, you know,
and
that
then people
type of
get
thing.
the joke, right?
Yeah.
It's like when a good example is when Chinese government banned people from talking about how bad the economy is.
Yes.
So then people, instead of saying, "Oh, the economy is bad," they said, "Man, the price of eggs is high."
Yes.
And then they banned that.
They're so clever at like worming their way through like with different things. So anyway, her official Weibo got banned. Her official Weibo account with like however millions of fans and stuff just gets banned because her song is now popular with these meme creators. She did nothing.
She did nothing.
Nothing.
The song's not political.
Yeah.
It's literally about breaking up.
Yeah.
You know, or getting dumped.
Exactly.
And she got banned.
Yes.
The Weibo, that's your career.
Yes.
It was removed because and I have some notes here.
She's Malaysian, by the way. Grew up in Hong Kong, right? Or was it Taiwan? Taiwan, sorry. Taiwan, yeah. And that a little secret for all you guys. If there's a popular song from China, up until very recently, it will only be from Hong Kong or from Taiwan because there was no pop music in China.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to read this real quick because I do have some notes, and this is just it shows you how upset they are right now about all this stuff. Very, very worried.
Yes.
So Fish Leong's Weibo account.
Yeah, her name's Fish, by the way.
And related content was removed or disabled. Okay. It was tied to a broader content censorship in China. And they removed and blocked searches for this song too. Unfortunately, not you.
Yeah.
Because of the way that people were using it online. The title of the song was being used in comment sections and social posts in a politically suggestive way. Again, they wouldn't tie it and say, "Oh,
they wouldn't say, Xi Jinping."
Yeah, it's not like that.
You know, it's a pity it wasn't you.
Especially in reaction to news. For example, discussions that implicitly reference political leaders, right? Because of that usage, Chinese platforms, including QQ Music and Weibo search and trending topics, restricted the song and associated topics, which can also make related Weibo accounts, hashtag pages, or search results to be removed or censored. There's been no official government statement saying that Fish Leong's Weibo was removed.
Yeah, of course there's no official statement. They just do it.
They raced to do it.
It's so petty. And it sucks. I mean, this is a song that was popular in the early 2000s.
Yeah,
okay.
2015-ish.
Yeah, there it goes. It's been popular ages ago, years ago. It's not relevant anymore.
No.
Okay, and she's just going about her life being a pop star from yesteryear.
Yeah.
Doing nothing, and suddenly her accounts are all banned just because people are using her song as like a kind of a political sneaky message.
Yeah, so if you go to the next picture, I just want to show that they're in the, like a walk-off segment in Fei Cheng Wu Rao, right? In this show. Pause that.
Yeah.
So you have this dating show. Are they going to go and like remove 400 episodes of this?
Yeah, by the way, if you're in China right now, what you could probably do is you could just post pictures of the walking off people. You could be like random, it's just like any random dude walking off instead of the song.
Because you'll hear the song in your head. Like anybody that was in China or anybody in China loves the show. I used to love the show. It's very funny.
Yeah, I used to watch it.
It got worse over time because of censorship, but it was fun. It was kind of signifying China opening up a little bit. They used to have foreigners on once in a while.
Yeah, we know someone who was on there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But yeah, I like your ideas. If you post just like someone like walking down the run,
the shame runway.
No, just post bald guy.
Yes,
just post that bald host face. I think it'll become like
100%. 100%. Yeah. It's crazy how petty they are. Eh? So now, speaking of China's military failures, there's this current conflict going on between the Chinese scam centers and Thailand, basically.
Yeah.
It's basically what it is.
Cambodia.
Yeah, sorry, what am I saying? Cambodia.
On the Thai border.
Yeah. On the Thai border. So Thailand is attacking these scam centers, in Cambodia. But they're using China's military weapons. They've bought a bunch of tanks and stuff from China because China's like, hey, listen, our stuff's more advanced and better than you can buy from America or whatever. Buy it. It's cheaper. It's cheaper and it's better. This is at in China, an international demonstration of equipment. Notice that tank in the background there. That's their top tank, and it's
Is it their top tank?
Yeah, it's the top tank. It's the one that keeps failing. Not this one. The one in the background couldn't make it up the hill. It's stalled. So there it is. Like it had to roll back down because it couldn't go up the hill.
Major oof.
Yeah. Now this thing's, what is it called? W4 or something? Or I can't remember the name of it. I forgot. That's not it, by the way. That's an old ancient piece of military equipment towing out the fancy new Chinese tank that failed.
Dang.
Yeah, because they keep failing.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I mean, no, they're getting a lot of failures of the gun barrel. They've got cases where the gun barrel's blown up.
Yeah.
Mechanically and electronically, it fails all the time. As you can see, it has to be towed out over there because it sucks. And even the Thai tank commanders are complaining that their old crap stuff that's like built in the 40s and 50s is way better, much more reliable than these new Chinese tanks that they bought.
Something's making me feel real blessed to be an American and have a lot of faith in the American military equipment.
Yeah, exactly. You can see bits of the tanks are just falling apart, basically. Here, there was like that...
yeah, it's a throwback.
Yeah, look at this. This is that same tank. Yeah. Take a look. The wheel fell off. Okay, during an international tank competition thing they had with like Russia and so on. Right?
Yeah, and a bunch of stand countries.
Yeah. See, watch that wheel at the front there. There it goes. Yeah, just fell off. So I mean, if you're going to like an international military equipment competition type thing, and your tank wheel falls off during that competition, you probably don't have a good tank.
Probably not. No.
Yeah, there's the wheel. And so now this is very recent again.
Yeah.
There was a carbon monoxide leak inside the tank. At least they're saying. Apparently, they're also saying like there's supposed to be an extractor fan that when you fire, all the smoke gets pulled out, but it wasn't pulling it out. It failed or something.
Chinese tank as well.
Yeah, it's Chinese tank. And so, thankfully everybody got out, but you can see this guy barely got on. He collapsed from,
He's fine, by
He's
the way.
fine, yeah.
Completely fine, so don't freak out.
Yeah, he's okay, but obviously they all had to go and get treated at the hospital and so on. But, that's what you get when you buy Chinese equipment is it's not battle tested. And when it is finally battle tested, like now in Thailand, they're finding out the failures.
Yeah.
The gun barrels are exploding. They're breaking down. They're garbage, right?
Yeah.
And their old Soviet crap or their old American stuff from like back in the day is better and still going,
Yeah, it's looking pretty bad.
Yeah, it totally is. Right, guys, is this the last week?
Could be.
Could be.
Could be.
I think we got to be a little bit more like adamant on that. When you've got something that's limited, it's got to be...
No, I know. I'm just
is this last week?
I'm just trying to think if there's an opportunity for us. It might be the last week.
This has got to be the last week.
This is the last week.
So
I'm going to put a time on it, actually.
Yeah, this is the last week that this we have these limited prints.
So the 15th, January 15th will be your last day to buy this.
Yes. Okay. So this is the last week to get this particular limited design. I always pause it there. I always do every time, dude. You know, I got to break it. I got to like destroy the riff. Guys, love this design. It's Poison Beauty, Tomei, which means conceited, vain. It's the kind of thing where someone's beautiful on the outside but ugly on the inside, which is quite common.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of commentary on the fakeness of social media,
Correct.
Filter culture, Instagram culture, TikTok culture.
You know, it's
Chinese
kind of
buildings.
beautiful woman taking a picture in a bikini, but it's all filtered. It's not really real. It's all photoshopped. And in real life, they're just not having a good time, even though they're pretending they are. So you can see the mirror reflects the real, you know, internal.
Which is not just about people. This is like LEDs on Chinese buildings.
Yeah,
This is like just fake. It's calling out fakeness in real life.
Correct. So we have this for the final week, and it's not coming back. You know, that's how it goes with limited prints. Just like our hand machine ghost. So this is part of that series. So if you're one of those guys who likes to collect them all or catch them all, this is one of those times where
We'll be coming back.
Yeah.
Dragonella did this for us, our in-house artist. And
Zero AI is involved,
all
hand-drawn.
All hand-drawn. We don't use AI in our
Beautiful design. I love this. I wear
awesome.
mine all the time.
Me too.
Yeah.
TheChinaShow.threadless.com. Get it for last week. January 15th is your last day, so I'd pick one up today if you can.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Do one for your friend.
Yep. Nice riff. Good thing I interrupted it. We have our usual merch up there as well, too. Excellent. So now, on to Worldview, guys.
Or is it? Because I got to say congratulations.
Oh, we hit it?
Oh, yeah. We hit it. 4,000 likes, my dear cedars.
Okay, is that what you call them?
I don't know. Farmers. They're also farmers if you're throwing seed. If you're sowing seed.
Yeah,
Sowers.
you could better come up with something good.
Bunch of sowers.
You know what really used to annoy me is like there's this show that from the UK and it's called Bad Influence, which is about like computer games, video games. And they had this guy who lives in a basement or whatever, his name's Namrud, and he'd always be like, "Oh, slimy fertlers, me slimy fertlers." That always used to annoy me. I don't even know what that means.
I never understood what his references were for.
Well, that means like his fans, I guess, or you know.
No, but he always said dumb words.
Yeah, of course. Well, you know, British slang is a lot of dumb words. You know, what do you expect? It's probably that. Anyway, so what do you call in these?
I'll call them farmers.
Okay.
You guys are fellow farmers.
Yeah, fellow farmers. Yeah.
Fellow like farmers, we hit the goal. So goal achieved. Did you hit the button?
I did.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I didn't mean to.
No, I did.
I missed the celebration.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. You really helped out. And if you did, if you're not here live, please hit like anyway, because it's going to help even more.
Yeah, it's excellent. Like Farmer actually did something useful today.
Thanks.
Yeah. Cool. On to Worldview, where we talk about everything in the world.
It's good to feel wanted.
Specifically with regards to China.
Welcome to Taiwan.
You might be wondering what's going on here.
You might.
There's a dude holding a wreath of flowers.
A wreath?
What am I saying? A bouquet. What a relief. Yeah, I'm sorry. He's Japanese,
let's
okay?
speed this
He's
up.
Japanese, all right? Anyway, so he's got his bouquet of flowers, and he's actually a Japanese lawmaker who was originally Chinese.
Yes.
So he moved, he was born in Sichuan. He moved to Japan. He became Japanese, and now he's a lawmaker in Japan.
He's in the diet. He's in the parliament.
Yeah, he needs to go to diet. Sorry.
Stop. So do we.
Yeah, so do we. Hey, it's cool. We could do a fellow dieters over here. Okay, so what's going on here is this guy is just really proved China wrong right here.
This is a bad one.
So you know how China says Taiwan is an inseparable part of China and it's like under the sovereignty of China and it belongs to China and Taiwan is China and all that crap. Well, this guy is banned from entering China. The Chinese government has like said, okay, you're sanctioned.
From Hong Kong,
yes,
Macau, and mainland.
And mainland China. They've seized any assets that you could possibly ever have in the future in China. If you had it seized, you're sanctioned. You're not allowed anywhere in China. So it's like, all right, then I'll just go to Taiwan and prove that it's not China. And he did that.
Yes.
And as you can see, they were like, oh, really? This guy wouldn't dare do that. Guess what? He does it. And everyone loves it.
The Japanese lawmaker Heiseki is in Taiwan at the moment and has said that his visit will show that Taiwan is an independent country. Does the Foreign Ministry have a response to this? Thank you.
宵小狂野，不值一评。
The actions of a vile scoundrel are not worth commenting.
So they called him the Foreign Ministry called him a scumbag before when he said, I'm going to go to Taiwan to prove that it's not China.
Yeah.
Because I'm banned from China.
Yeah, exactly.
Does it. And then they come back and the Foreign Ministry is like, well, he went. So what do you say?
He's like, so we're talking about an evil scoundrel. But have you seen what a change this is? Because before, they would say, dare not cross this red line, serious consequences, Japan will suffer consequences, all that. He goes there and all they can be like, well, I'm not going to talk about him because he sucks. Yeah. You know, it's like,
sucks
anyway.
Dude,
the wind has been taken out of their sails here. I think
defeat after defeat.
Yeah, I really do think that this thing that happened in Venezuela has kind of like slapped them into reality a little bit. But you can't keep saying you're this big bully on the block. You can't keep blustering all the time because if you get called out, trouble's gonna,
There's bigger bullies out there.
Yeah.
And they're gonna eventually call you to fight.
Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna lose.
The thing is, if you keep poking them, something could happen, and you don't want it to happen. Because if it did happen, it's going to be disastrous for everyone in the world, but specifically you.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So that's what's been happening. Yeah. So then he goes and posts on Twitter. He's like, when he was asked how he felt about being called a vile scoundrel by China, he said he doesn't care at all because China doesn't dare to respond to the fact that he can enter Taiwan. Since this matter is both factual and logical, China simply can't face it and can only resort to personal attacks against him. And it's true. Mm-hmm. They can't. Now it's been proved that Taiwan is not China because this guy's banned from China, but he can go to Taiwan. Mm-hmm. They can't say anything about it. Mm-hmm. So they're just like, this guy's an evil scoundrel.
You can't say like, oh, he proved us wrong.
No, exactly. This is pretty funny. I love this back and forth because it's just like proving it. It's like, no, you know? Yes. I love that. This guy's great. He's a legend. Yeah, the diet guy.
So Select Committee on the CCP, legendary government body
Very
here
good,
in the U.S. Mm-hmm. Molinar, a hero of ours, the chairman, made a statement. I just wanted to read it.
But I do have a little bit of advice for him. If you say, I've watched some of his things, and he constantly calls Xi Jinping Xi.
Can I counter you?
Yeah.
That goes for everyone in this entire world.
I know. It's literally she. And let me give you a little bit of advice. You know, like if you say him, her, he, she, that she, it's the same. So you can say it the same. It's like she sells seashells on the seashore.
Can I give the same advice to Peter Zeihan?
Yes, specifically. He's even worse. He's like, she. It's not she, it's she.
Because we love
you guys are great, but like, it's your job. It's literally your job, okay? You comment on China. It's your freaking job. Learn how to pronounce the leader of that country. It's
and don't get upset with us because we're kind of a comedy show.
Yeah, we're joking.
And we're joking.
But we're not,
we
though.
love you.
It's not Xi, it's
we love you. By the way, someone help us get Molinar on the show.
Yeah, that'd be great.
We would love to have him as a guest. I'm not even joking, by the way. He's literally a hero of mine.
Yep.
Anyway, Select Committee on China Chairman John Molinar made the following statement on the arrest of Venezuelan cartel leader Nicolas Maduro and China's influence in the Western Hemisphere. He said, and I quote,
make us big.
The Trump administration's decisive action against Nicolas Maduro removes a Chinese ally from power. It makes the world a safer place. China's partnership with Maduro propped up an authoritarian ruler who worked with our nation's adversaries and hurt the American people. China is actively working against us in Central and South America, and those who choose to work with Xi Jinping should note that he could not save Maduro from defeat.
I like that. It's pretty straightforward,
The Select Committee will continue to investigate how China is trying to threaten America's national security interests in the Western Hemisphere, and we will work within Congress and alongside the Trump administration and our allies to prevent it. Select Committee on the CCP is fantastic.
Absolutely.
Love their work. They do great reports. Highly recommend going and checking out their website.
100%. Yeah, they're excellent.
We got a rip, dude.
Yeah.
We are dwelling. We're being dwellers.
Yes.
Quick thing here.
So this happened in LA. And let's take a look. You know, after Maduro was captured, outside the consulate, I believe so this is the Chinese consulate, and they've hired this security company, which is run by a Chinese dude who owns real estate companies and all this other nonsense.
Businessman.
Yeah. So he's got his own security company where he's bought a bunch of police cars, decommissioned police cars.
Dude.
What?
Can I play I Spy real quick in
Sure.
the Chinese embassy here in America?
I see what you see.
What do you see?
Bollards.
There's bollards.
They got bollards there too.
China bollards.
Yes, they put bollards. They're worried about that.
What's interesting, I like borders. Borders are interesting too.
Yeah.
See that gray part?
Yeah.
Once you step on that gray part, you're in China, actually.
Yeah.
They can do whatever they want with you.
Sure.
So the bollards are on the China territory right there. So yeah, you have Chinese protesters protesting the CCP outside the embassy. Allowed to do it. It's free country.
Now, one thing that really annoys me is if you take a look at the riot shield that the guy's holding, it's the same that they use in China, and it's even got Chinese written on it. So it's like you've got the Chinese riot police in America.
It kind of feels bad, man.
It's really bad. This dude's running a security company. You know, security companies are like the rent-a-cops. They try to pretend to be police. So they're like this
LARP.
guy, you know, they LARP as police. So he buys like old decommissioned police cars, but, you know, you're not allowed to have the blue lights, so he's got yellow lights instead. And,
you get as close as you can.
Yeah, it says patrol on it, but it's like instead of police, it's just like...
I want to be an American police so bad.
Pretty much. But he's got a very big security company, and the Chinese embassy hires this Chinese security company in LA.
Okay.
Which has Chinese police riot shields.
Okay.
Which is kind of lame. Okay, so let's see what happened here. These guys, by the way, they were Taiwanese.
Oh, they were Taiwanese.
Yeah, remember they were the Taiwanese Democratic Party.
Right.
And they were there.
China Democratic
Democratic Party from Taiwan. And they were there saying like, you know, what are you going to do now Maduro's been taken? You know, having like a peaceful protest type thing. So this guy's like... You want to go in? So he came in like yeah.
Absolutely unacceptable. Trying to inhibit the freedom of speech, no way, shape, or form is that acceptable in any way. And I hope, the hammer is brought down on them.
Ever since Tiananmen Square, we've known that China will use techniques that are unacceptable. And it doesn't surprise me that even in the United States, China would do that.
We believe that there is freedom of speech here in America.
What did he say? He said, if you wanted, one of the things he was saying to the protesters, he said, if you want to die 3 times, what did he say? That's kind of important. I know we're listening to
like 20 minutes of that footage. I cut it all out.
Yeah, I know. I
don't watch people argue with each other.
Do you want to die 3 times? Do you dare to fight?
We believe that there is freedom of speech here.
Come around the back. All 3 of us will take you on.
In America, we don't always have to agree, but we need to be respectful to each other and our differing thoughts.
Obviously, that's extremely concerning if you're seeing, force used against people who are peacefully protesting, especially protesting in favor of the mafia, and if it involves foreign elements, that's even more concerning.
Yes.
So, yeah, it is very concerning because what's happening is this guy is connected to Chinese politicians. People have been digging into his background. You know, he's big in the whole Chinese diaspora. And he's hired by the Chinese consulate as security. And now he's assaulting people, with pepper spray on the sidewalk in America.
Can't do that. He was arrested.
Yeah, he was. And that's the positive thing. He was arrested and charged. And the thing is, I don't think he saw that coming.
No.
Because you're so used to being able to throw your weight around in China against Chinese people, and no one's going to do anything.
Especially when the Chinese government hires you at the embassy, you think you're on Chinese territory, and he is when he's in there.
Yeah.
But he's on the sidewalk, dude.
Yeah, we're going to be watching that case closely, and we'll tell you guys about it. Now, this is freaking annoying again. Let's just play this.
Those mystery seeds from China are popping up at mailboxes again. People from across the state are reporting mystery packages full of seeds mailed from China that they didn't order. Officials say it's happened in lots of places so far. Now, these aren't the cute garden seeds that you're thinking of. They're unidentified and could be invasive or harmful to farms, your garden, and even the local ecosystems. That's why the Texas Department of Agriculture is urging everyone to stay alert. If you get something like that in the mail, don't open them, don't plant them, and don't toss them in the trash either. Keep them sealed and report it to the Texas Department of Agriculture and let them handle it.
and do that. Go to call 1-800-TEL TDA.
TDA. Yeah.
Tell TDA if you're in Texas and you've received these mystery seeds. This happened 5 years ago. We tracked this before.
It also happened not that long ago as well. We reported on it, a year ago?
Specifically in Texas.
Yeah.
5 years ago, people were getting mystery seeds sent from China to them.
Yep.
And I've heard people try to kind of downplay this, but listen, most of Americans invasive species and all this stuff comes from places in Asia. So if you're going to try to destroy someone's agriculture or try to have invasive species or plants take over, sending mystery seeds that could proliferate in your state is probably a good way to do kind of asymmetric warfare.
Well, this is unrestricted warfare.
I think so.
Think about this.
Sorry, unrestricted.
Why would you send seeds?
Yes.
There's no reason to send random seeds.
Yes.
Okay, this is something that can grow and cause trouble. Okay, why do you think people can't bring in invasive species and so on? That's pretty strict. But they can just send it in the mail. It doesn't get detected. You get this thing that's a certain strain of a plant that's going to wipe out a crop or it's going to spread a disease or it's going to be whatever.
Overpopulate. So
and think about it. They send so much of the stuff. Someone's throwing it in the trash, ends up in a landfill, and it sprouts there, and it starts spreading its spores or whatever it is, you know?
Seeds.
Or
Seed to feed.
Yeah, exactly. You never know. It's those little floaty things that go everywhere. You know,
it just seems really bad, and I don't know. Now I think I know why they do it in Texas. By the way, number one, Texas has a lot of restrictions against China. It could be retaliation, but that's speculative.
Yeah,
I think it's because Texas is quite warm, so there's a potential for invasive species and these types of seeds to actually sprout.
Yeah,
if you're sending them to I don't know, Wisconsin or something, a lot of this stuff probably won't survive through the winter.
Sure.
But you have a big state that has a lot of agriculture and it's very warm. These seeds could potentially take off.
Correct. I mean, this is this is an act of war as far as I'm concerned.
Yes.
You know, it's close to it anyway.
I mean, well, it's adjacent. It's weird, and I think it's bad.
Yeah, because nobody ordered those.
No.
And think about this. What benefit do whoever's sending them have? They have to pay for shipping, although it's almost nothing when you ship from China because they take advantage of all the international trade loopholes. But they're sending packages. They're packaging them and sending them to the United States for free.
Yes.
Why would you do that?
Yes.
Unless you want people to plant them or to throw them on the ground or throw them. You know, it's like you get magic beans, throw them out the window. Next time you got a giant climbing down you. You know what I'm saying?
That's what you don't want.
Yeah, exactly. You just don't know. Anyway, if you get weird seeds from China, phone that number.
Yes, if you're in Texas.
Yeah, even if you're not in Texas.
No, if you're not in Texas, call the Department of Agriculture.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Call whatever. Call your local police station.
Call your Department of Agriculture.
Okay. Sure.
Simple.
Just call your aunt and tell her about it.
And just tell her you miss her.
Yes.
Yeah. Last thing here. This just happened, right?
Yes.
Oh, I like how you skipped it.
Well, I thought there was something more to it. But yes, this basically, there's a Chinese national has just been charged. And this kind of boils my blood a little bit. So this guy came in.
The story, right?
Yeah. This guy entered America illegally. Okay. A couple of years ago. So he came in, he did get caught, but then they released him and they were like, well, basically go be an illegal until you have a court date in 2027.
To leave. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was to leave.
But they didn't deport him. They just
2027 was his date to deport.
Well, no, it was his date to have his court date or whatever.
Oh, okay. I thought it was
so no, well, that's the thing. So they caught him. He's an illegal. And so at this air base where these B-2 bombers and so on are taking off, these stealth bombers.
Such a cool looking plane.
Yeah, it is cool. They started to see this van parked out on the perimeter.
Van life.
Yeah. So they sent the guys out, and there's this Chinese guy in there taking photos, and they're like, dude, you're not allowed to do that. And he's like, oh, sorry. All right, fine. So he goes away. The next day, they see the van again, but at a different corner of the base, taking photos again.
So he's a spy.
Dude, if you're told not to take photos and you come back the next day to take photos, you're obviously doing it on purpose. It wasn't like a mistake, oh, cool plane, right? And they found a bunch of pictures of military equipment. And not only from that base, he's been taking photos at other bases as well. So he's just a spy.
I mean, it's in my opinion.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, he'll be...
but they just released him again anyway, didn't they?
Well, no.
Pretty sure they caught him and then released him again on bail or something.
No,
didn't they?
I don't think so. No.
These guys, I think they did.
No.
These guys always get off scot-free, basically.
I don't think so.
That's one thing I'm a bit disappointed in. Is when they catch these guys that break into these military bases and stuff, they just never really take it seriously.
I think they do.
This guy?
I'll look
you double check while I do the sticker thing. I'll do the sticker thing while you check on that. All right. Anyway, at least they caught the guy. Stop being spies if you come in here illegally. You know?
Yeah.
Let's see what's next. Stickers. Sorry. We have a sticker thing. And what happens is every week we give away stickers. What we're going to do is...
he remains in federal custody.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, so this is wrong.
Okay, I take that back. Yes. I hope he remains in federal custody for a long time.
Yes.
You know?
He was... So what happened was, he was, in 2023, he illegally entered the U.S. in Nogales, Arizona, right?
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, he was released on his own due to lack of federal detention space. Mm-hmm. And he was scheduled for an immigration hearing in 2027. You're right about that. Mm-hmm. The current custody. So following the photography incident at the Missouri base in December 2025, he was rearrested on December 3rd, 2025 by, the second time, right? By ICE. And then the upcoming proceedings, he's still in federal custody. And his redetermination hearing is scheduled for on January 12th, 2026.
Okay, so they moved it up.
If convicted of the federal charge of photographing a vital military installation, he faces up to 1 year in federal prison.
Ooh, 1 year.
Okay, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He is in federal custody.
That's up to 1 year, so he'll get 3 weeks.
No, he won't.
Okay. I'm just saying, my message out there is like, this is a serious thing. And because you're just giving these little slap on the wrist, dude's like, a year of free food, I'm good. I'm illegal here anyway. You know?
Well, he's probably going to get deported.
Sure. But you're not really giving a strong message to prevent people from doing this. Why do you think every other week we're reporting on, Chinese students or whatever going into military bases, sneaking onto bases, taking photos? It's because the repercussions are too little.
Yeah, I think even if they were high, I think they'd still do it because that's a government mandate. You'll never. I disagree with you on this. I think a Chinese spy or somebody that's been coerced to spy will do it no matter what.
The thing is,
they will. They're not doing it for fun. They're not like, oh, I think I can make some quick cash.
Yeah, but if there's a big enough deterrent, because they will all know about it. It'll be all in the WeChat messaging groups, like, oh, Xiaopeng over there got like 10 years because he was taking photos and they told him not to and he went back. Then they'll be like, maybe I won't do it.
Yeah, I think you have to also look at like why people do this stuff though. Again, it's not like I'm going to get $10 in the mail.
No, for sure.
Look,
there are different reasons. And of course, some people do it out of their own volition, like students or whatever think that they can like earn points with the PLA or whatever if they go and take photos or their uncle will be proud of them or whatever.
Sure.
You get that, but you do get people that are tasked with doing it as well and all of that. I'm just saying that if there was like a casual dude who was going to do it, and he's kind of casually like, oh, I don't care what they say, I'm just going to take pictures anyway. If he hears about like Xiaopeng that got like 10 years because he did it, he won't do it.
I think I'll meet you in the middle. I think we'll both agree that the potential for illegal Chinese immigrants in the U.S. to do this kind of stuff is very high.
Yep.
Because they're hard to track. They are tracked by China.
Yes.
And they are constantly in communication with China.
100% on WeChat all the time.
Yeah. Or whatever. They could have handlers.
Yeah.
So you're in a situation with thousands of potential marks for this kind of stuff. Right?
Yeah, well, remember there were like 30,000 were coming in a month or something back in the day during the Run Shui times.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Anyway,
moving on to stickers, guys. What happens here is every week we roll the wheel and somebody wins some free stickers. So let's
roll it.
Let's roll that wheel down the hill, Who's going to win this week?
It's the Chinese Show sticker giveaway. Get ready to hear that.
Woo! Yes.
It's Doug B.
Congratulations, Doug B. Somebody will be reaching out to figure out how to send you your free stickers. And thank you for entering.
Someone will be reaching out to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You're going to get those stickers, and you're going to show us where you put them. You don't have to.
No, you don't have to.
But
you do whatever you want with them, but if you feel like sticking it on your water bottle or somewhere cool and taking a photo and sharing it on the Discord, we'd appreciate it. It's kind of fun to see the message get spread.
It is fun.
Yeah.
All right, guys. It's time for the Q&A. Wow, it's a long board today.
It is, indeed. Okay, guys, time for Yamcha. That's our Q&A segment. This is where we answer your questions and you question our answers. It's Friday after all, so it's time to loosen the tie, relax, answer some questions. If you're not watching us live or on the weekend, we bid you farewell. Stay awesome. But for the rest of us, let's get